Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Conodger here. Welcome back to the Mindcrack server for the 77th day here on the Mindcrack server for video. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Also, some pretty crazy things have happened this week. It's been a roller coaster already. I tell you, it has been a roller coaster. Yep, that's how you eat chicken. Oh boy. Unfortunately, we're still having some server troubles here, but we're gonna deal. We are gonna deal, and we're gonna keep working on our boathouse, working on some really cool designs down there that I think it's gonna be cool. I'm antsy to get to the point of working in where the boats are gonna be, but we got some work to get through today before we can get to that. But of course, there's some rather big news, and that is that unannounced a couple weeks ago, I actually went through and put in my second partnership application to Twitch. Also, thanks, Clark. Thank you very much. Yeah, put in a second application because I noticed things seemed like they were going in a direction that was positive enough that it was worth a try. This time around, I did things much differently. I didn't tell anybody, or I didn't publicly announce that I was going to apply again. And I really do think that helped with my personal stress levels because people weren't expecting it. People weren't looking for, you know, the big moment to happen. And that really did help. I'm glad I took a different approach there and learned from, you know, previous mistakes, for sure. Real happy that I went about things that way. And it set up a pretty incredible evening. It set up a pretty incredible turn of events that I just honestly couldn't be happier with. It's such a different tone than we had on Monday. It's such a different tone. It's yeah, it's not like a whole life-changing turn of events that have happened, but I am indeed now a Twitch partner, and that happened live on live stream last night. Completely unexpected, completely out of the blue, and feels good. It just feels, it feels really, really good. Bring my list back up. Like I said, I just absolutely was not anticipating that happening, and when it did happen, if you weren't there to see it, it happened in a way that I didn't know existed, and that is Chris AFH. Thank you very much. It happened that the Twitch staff actually show up in a raid on your channel, basically to announce it. And for me, they were like, "Hey, check your emails," because they sent the email of the application, basically, the thing that says, "Hey, you have it available if you want to." They sent that during our live stream, during the stream of the automation BeamNG stuff, which it's even crazier to me that that all happened at the same time, because I was very much so talking about on Monday how I felt like I hadn't really used the potential. I hadn't really seen the potential in the BeamNG stuff, the automation BeamNG exporter, come to life, and I was disappointed with how that had gone, and that was one of the disappointments that went with the whole no Twitch partnership thing, and the two of those kind of merged together last night to yeah, oops, I don't know if that just broke or not, to be a very uplifting thing. Again, it's not like this is a life-changing event. I don't know. I mean, you won't know that for years to come. But it is just something that I hope I can use to really start building some momentum and get things moving in a direction that I see as positive. And getting me to see things as positive is no easy feat by any means. It is hard to get me to think in a positive way. But hopefully this is the thing that will do it. And really, I mean, the most positive thing for me is this was not something that was necessarily something I did. I did not do anything really out of the ordinary to do it. It was just the outright growth and support of the community to do that. There's basically nothing else to it. I didn't do any tricks. I didn't have to quote unquote sell out or do anything that, you know, I'm not proud of, and that really makes it feel better. I'm very glad that, you know, I kind of stuck to the curmudgeon-y ways that I do things, because it just makes things feel so much more genuine if they do work out. Odds are, because of that, less things work out than they may have, and I could have been a partner probably years ago if I had approached things differently. But to be able to sit here right now and say that we did things and we did it, you know, my way basically, or our way as a community, it just feels really great. I'm terrible at expressing emotion, and especially emotion. Oh gosh, was I just about to say emoji? Is that so ingrained into my brain now? That's sickening. That's disgusting. But yeah, I'm pretty bad at expressing emotion that's not sad. Happy emotions from me, they don't get displayed in the same way as for some people, I think is what it boils down to. And I think people could tell. On the stream, people that know me well could tell that it was, ooh, nice typing, could tell it was something that I was outright blown away by and extremely excited about. Thanks, Photon Burst. Even though probably to these poor Twitch staff members that ended up being the ones to do the raid for the announcement and whatnot, they probably were surprised by maybe the lack of reaction from me. I'm sure others have displayed more emotion there, but the people that know me could tell, I think, that it was certainly a very big deal for me. It's exactly the medicine that was needed at the moment. Is that the right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Is it? Yeah. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton to say there, but there is some things I want to talk about for like my reflections of how that all went. Super crazy. I had no idea that they did these raids for that kind of thing, and as you probably well know, that's not the exact kind of situation that I'm comfortable with. All of a sudden, a bunch of staff members are in my chat, and they're all, you know, kind of celebrating, but to start out with, they were pretty much downright trolling. It's a lot for a person to handle, and for people with social anxiety like myself, not the most comfortable feeling in the world. I was definitely pretty freaked out, and I think even the audience, even people near me, my moderators, Kurt, everybody that was there was a little bit freaked out and taken aback by it because of how they presented it. Honestly, I know I did, and I'm pretty sure a large portion of the people that were watching thought it was like a troll. They thought it was like a bot attack or something like that. Which totally fair, because even though I knew what was going on, I wasn't sure. I really was not sure if what was happening was a genuine thing or not. So it took me a long time to really admit to what was going on or confirm what was going on, because I wanted to be damn sure. The last thing I wanted was to like start celebrating and then have to be like, oh, this was just a joke. Boy, what a cruel joke that would have been. So yeah, that was pretty nuts. That was pretty nuts. And yeah, it's probably gonna take me a long time to feel comfortable to go back and look at that video or VOD and see what my reaction actually was. This isn't right. This isn't right at all. Because I'm sure it was a me that I'm not used to seeing. But hopefully it came off as grateful. Is that the word? It's grateful? It's thankful? As happy as it should have. Because, like I said, I'm just really bad. I'm really bad at showing emotion. And that's something that I know very well. I know that's how I am, so at least I'm aware of it, right? Right? As long as you're aware of it, it's fine. In fact, Kurt was so convinced that what was going on was like a troll thing that I'm pretty sure he managed to ban multiple staff members from my channel, which I don't even know if he had the power to do it, but he definitely clicked the button to do it. So yeah, that's how taken off guard all of us were. I don't think very many of us knew what exactly was going on there. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think if you had told me beforehand that that's the way they do that whole deal, I probably would have been real hesitant about it. I would have been even afraid of that. So I'm glad that I didn't know. I'm glad nobody told me. And I'm even more glad that I didn't tell anybody I was applying again, because yeah, if I had known that was going to happen beforehand, I would have been a whole bucket of nervous. That would have been out of control. What do I need for down there? Just the vines, really. Just the vines. What else we got on here? Thanks. I think I just did Photon, so we're gonna do Bruce. Thanks, Bruce. Whew. I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm still trying to even figure out how to respond or how to feel, because yeah, I was definitely pretty in the dumpster to start the week. So to go from like lows of lows to highs of highs, it's difficult, and I'm taking the right steps to make sure I like keep my brain on a level. And even in the stream, I think you might realize that I was just desperate. I was desperate to get back to what we were doing. All I wanted to do was to shift my mind back over into the mode of normality and the task at hand, instead of like focusing on that or you know, just like having a party and celebrating. that wasn't really priority. I think I'm going to let some vines grow and maybe work on collecting some more thoughts in my head. I suppose it's important for me to kind of go over the meaning of all of this and the impact. Honestly, the whole reason this was something that I wanted. Honestly, it was partially self-oriented in that I just wanted some level of recognition, or recognition's probably not the right word, some level of confirmation that I belong. You know, does that make sense? It was just, I was having a very hard time overall convincing me that, I guess convincing myself is the correct grammar there, convincing myself that I belonged in this industry, because I felt like such a incorrect fit. I don't think I'm the right, I'm not the role model of a Twitch streamer in their minds. That was always my opinion of that. So it was kind of one of those things where I wanted to challenge myself to try and prove that wrong. It didn't really start to hit me as a thing until it started to get a little bit more real, and it started to become a downright possibility. That's when things started to get crazy for me with it, because it moved from being a dream into being an achievable goal. And that's why it stung so bad when it didn't work out the first time, and it became such a priority for me. And I think the biggest reason for that is because I wanted it so bad, not so much for me, but for the community, which I guess that's something that's kind of almost getting cliche anymore, is everybody pushing the word community. Even the Twitch CEO guy was all about using the word community in his speech recently. And I don't know how genuine all of that is, but it's real genuine for me. The community that supports me and the content, you know, that I make is definitely amongst the most important things to me. And I really wanted this to be able to have something to give back, because it's, for the most part, not features for me, it's features for the viewers. It's things that make the viewers and the community have a better time. It means no longer having to deal with fighting for the quality options that allow some people to view. That's not a fight anymore. That's a given, and everybody can be included now. People that maybe can't watch a 720p stream. It means that people that can, I can start streaming in 1080 again, so that we're not faced with that restriction, because I'd step down to 720 to try and help with those issues. It means, you know, the emote slots and all that stuff. There's a lot of little things that add up and add to the effect there, and are, you know, little rewards. But mostly, I wanted the gratification. Wait, was that the word I was looking for originally? It could be. Gratification for the community, because you all and they all, because there is maybe some different overlap between Twitch and YouTube, work really hard to try and make this dream of mine a reality. And it felt like to me, if I could accomplish that goal, and we could accomplish that goal, it would help repay some of that favor a little bit. It would make what you've all done feel like it was worth it, because at times I felt like maybe it wasn't worth it, and maybe I was wasting everybody's time there, or here, by trying and having you put in so much effort and then maybe not actually get any return on that. Not that there's no return, since obviously you liked the content and that was the reason for the season, but there's a different level of, what have I made here? It's like a wrench. See it? Like a pipe wrench. Yeah, there's a different level of reward for all of you. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is, it was really, really important for me that we accomplished something as a community and for the community. That was a very, very high priority for me. That was the intent, and that was the aspiration. And to be able to say that we've done that, it's awesome. It's really awesome. But honestly, from there, not really any big changes. This is not revolutionary by any means. It's maybe a little evolutionary. And it does indeed take some of the pressure off of me and allows for some more creative freedom for me with the Twitch platform, because I felt like I was being maybe a little boxed in to things before. This allows me to maybe branch out a little bit and be a little bit more relaxed, but you know, I'm not really looking to let up on anything. It's not that I want to have less effort, it's that I want to have more freedom, because what I use the Twitch platform for is kind of creative. You know, it's not always things that that they had in mind when creating the platform. So, ooh, little sand. That's what I need. I need a little bit more, actually. Server, please. That might do it, actually. Yeah, that's what's going to change, is that maybe I can be a bit more adventurous with things. And maybe if I'm a bit more adventurous with things, then that can actually be... That's not ink, that's flint. Yeah, maybe if I'm a bit more adventurous with things, then maybe we can start really building that momentum and pushing forward with things. So hopefully it's the spark. Hopefully it's a spark. Maybe not the spark, but hopefully it's a spark towards bigger, better things. Not that I'm really eyeing the big time or looking to, you know, lose my small channel or indie vibes or anything like that. Honestly, that stuff I don't ever actually think about. Did I still not get the ink? I did. No, I made sandstone instead of getting it out of my inventory. Well, you can't undo that. All right, I guess I gotta go grab some sand. Oi, oi, oi. I'm still a little frazzled, I must say. But yeah, that's not really things that I ever think about. I don't ever think like, you know, I don't ever want to be a big channel, or I don't ever think I want to be a big channel, I want to be a small channel. That's not really stuff I think about. Oh, that's a problem. The things that I think about and worry about are more, how can I do more of what I love? That's typically the things that I worry about. Boy, there was trouble afoot. Nothing like a creeper outside your bedroom. Nothing like a creeper outside your bedroom. Hey, back off. Oh, sir. There's currently a discussion going on the Mindcrack Discord at this very moment about what we can do about this. Have no fear. Have no fear. Where did I even take damage from right there? Who knows? I'm definitely really looking forward to trying to push the automotive stuff on Twitch. It's difficult, and we've literally heard the word said that variety on Twitch is difficult. The more variety you have, the harder time you're going to have, basically. So it's difficult to say that, you know, I don't want to stop doing gaming stuff. I love doing the gaming stuff. But I do want to try and push into the automotive stuff and really working on the garage streams and maybe even pushing into more IRL automotive stuff on the live stream, because those are experiences that I think aren't common to find, and it's a unique trait to us, as well as the fact that it's more interactive than any other kind of automotive content, and it's so much more like what we're used to, and the way that most automotive enthusiasts kind of interact is sitting around in somebody else's garage and having a chat. So that's why that's such a big goal for me, trying to get that kind of content worked out. And yeah, I'm really excited to feel like I have a little bit more freedom to try things there, because there's going to be things that fail. There's going to be things that don't work, either for me or for audiences. That's the nature of how it's going to be. Same way things have always been here on YouTube, but it's very difficult to be innovative on YouTube anymore. I still do not have any squid ink on me. Is there any in here? There's 9. Okay. Not that I really need to make it in here. It's just funny that I didn't have it on me. I also don't have any inventory space for this. I guess I will because I got rid of the gravel. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. I probably need more than 8 anyway, but I got sand now. So that's the things, really, for me, that this does, and I'm excited to push forward with. But yeah, overall, I'm so ecstatic for the accomplishment and the effects it will have on the community and the rewards for everybody. I feel like I don't get to do enough for everybody for everything they do for me, so. Any day doors? There you go. So that's why it feels great. I'm gonna try not to keep repeating that, but I want to make sure that that is very well stated for sure. This also comes at an interesting time, and the way that all went down is an interesting time, because I recently had the opportunity to bark at YouTube a little bit, because they sent out a survey about you know, general feelings and whatnot, and really my response was a little different than the usual, because I feel more focused on how I feel the approach here could be different, versus before I knew things were bad, but I didn't have any idea how to fix them. I've never felt like I had any idea on what exactly YouTube itself could do to help some of the problems. But now, thanks to the, you know, additional effort on Twitch and that whole community kind of taking off, thanks Martin, and the effects of that, I kind of have a different approach there. I have a different vision there as to what this could be, and what I wish they could do with YouTube, and that is to embrace communities, because they don't seem to do that. They're still embracing the idea that any YouTube creator wants to be a superstar. They want to be a 1 million subscriber mega channel that gets, you know, hundreds of thousands of views a day, and has a channel that's so large that they could never actually read their comments or anything like that. And they're just they're just totally, in my opinion, unapproachable. That's the goal to me. That's what YouTube wants people to want, in my eye. And if you watch any of their like creator conference stuff, that's not the way they word it, but that's definitely the way they approach it. They approach it. That's the goal. Versus, I think it could be very different. I feel like they could put more focus on the individual creativity and the individual community, because the power of community can be very important, and it can be really good for growth. Twitch is growing, YouTube isn't, and they're not doing it with outright advertising revenue. They are certainly still focused on that, and the bounty system and such shows that is a reality. It's something that's more obtainable, I think, than the idea of ever, you know, going full time on YouTube. That's so far above and beyond. If it wasn't for Patreon, there's no way that anybody with my kind of approach could ever dream. Actually, let's do detect. What is it? Sorry. Changed usernames recently, so I want to make sure I get it right. It's... Hold on. Scrolling. There we go. It's Tech 2.0. Got it. Thanks, Tech. Yeah, the shoot dang. I've lost my train of thought. It's gone. It's out of here. Who knows? Who knows what I was going for? Okay. Here's where I was going with it. If YouTube would put the emphasis onto giving creators the tools to spark their own individual communities that could support your work, I think that would be the shift. That would be the change that they need, and that's what could make their business model survive. That's what could make people treating YouTube as a usable source of making a living. That's how they could do that. But they've been so stagnant about it. They've hinted at it. They keep giving these little clues that they're gonna, put in aspects that work with that and work towards that. But then they're so slow to roll out, or they roll out with a fizz, but they don't actually formally announce things, and they just hushedly push these things out with very little push, and then they wonder why they fail or why they didn't succeed. Looking at you, YouTube Red. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why, because you didn't try. You didn't put in the effort to actually explain to people how this was working or how this could affect your favorite creators. Thanks, Kavak. It's a tough subject, and I'm probably not clear-headed enough right now to really go into it, but that might be something we could dive into a little bit more at some point, because yeah, I have a lot of thoughts there. I have a lot of thoughts on what they could do differently to try and approach that better. For me, like I said, Patreon was the way that things worked, but I don't know that Patreon was necessary for YouTube. They just let it be a necessity. Does that make sense? Patreon was made out of necessity, and I think it took a long time for YouTube to even acknowledge the fact that it was there to supplement what they weren't doing. But if they don't act soon, I don't know that something as independent as Patreon is going to have enough stake, enough strong hold on it to actually help them survive. I don't know, and I'm sure they will survive. I don't foresee YouTube going away, but I do foresee things changing to where they will lose their independent creators. It will become commercial television. It will become big business. Individual creators will go away on YouTube if nothing changes, in my opinion. That's the big difference. Oh, that's exactly the look I wanted. I know this is probably confusing as of right now, but I have a grand vision here. Trust me. There's more to this than just this. Okay. How many more vines do I have? I have 21. Let's place a little bit more floor. But yeah, it was just... Why did that last vine... Oh, I ran out of stone brick. It was just interesting that those two things happened back to back. Where I had these kind of thoughts come up during this survey or this questionnaire, and then the Twitch partnership thing happened, and I've not been the world's biggest advocate of Twitch. I've never been a person to really gloat about them or bleed purple by any means. In fact, it really bothers me when Twitch does that whole bleed purple mentality. I've talked about that in the past. Much like my last job with the retail job, where they would commonly say, "Bleed orange," and my response would always be, "I don't want to bleed." And they would get very angry at me when I said that. Yeah, I've not always been the biggest fan of the way Twitch has done things, and I still find a lot of problems in the way that they do things, but I definitely appreciate the way that they allow small talent to thrive. They still put tools in place. Thanks, Dustin. They still put tools in place for people like me to try and make it. It gets harder every day, and that's kind of nature of the business, that it gets harder every day. But I still feel like there's a chance for people. There's a chance for people that are still in the community, and I can't wait to have the opportunity now to try and help them. All the people that helped me, your Brians, your Aiskis, your 14s, your I'm gonna miss people. Your Ed cases, all the people, all the smaller channels that I see that are trying to go down the same path. It gets harder every single day, and I don't think many people will appreciate their fights for it more than I at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how that goes with the future. We will see how it all goes. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy and very thankful for everybody to say that you all helped this happen. It's just amazing, and it couldn't have been more well timed. It's crazy that these two episodes are back to back. It's absolutely nuts, and I don't know what else to say. But thank you all, and I will see you on Friday. I promise. I'm gonna message Michael every hour. We're gonna get the server fixed. It's gonna happen. Maybe. Bye bye.